one of the matters that causes the most anxiety for law students is being called in a class, because you're in, and again, watch the movies, or even if you just, I'll tell you another 3 movies. Google First Day of Class, Legally Blonde. Google First Day of Class, The Paper Chase. And also Google Denzel Washington, Tell It to Me in 2 Minutes. Did you ever see the movie Philadelphia?
A long time
Yeah,
ago.
it's an older movie. So in Philadelphia, Tom Hanks is this fancy white shoe corporate lawyer, and he has contracted AIDS, and he believes he was unfairly discriminated and fired from this fancy law firm, and he now he's suing them for employment discrimination, going up about this against this law firm. No one will take his case. This is in the 90s when AIDS was fairly new, and he can't get anyone to take his case. So he goes to Denzel Washington, who is this like schlocky, for lack of a better word, lawyer. It says toxic torts behind him. And Tom Hanks in character is explaining very eruditely what happened to him. And Denzel Washington leans back like this and he goes, I don't get it, counselor. Tell it to me like I'm a 2-year-old. And that's what I tell my students to do on exams. Don't write for the professor, write for a client, because that's what we're looking for. The other thing I wanted to point out is that, so I guess getting back to before, when you're called on in class, you're in a class of 50 to 70 to 100 students, and you're called on, and it's the most anxiety-provoking experience. And you're so worried you're going to get it wrong. But every time you're not called on, you know the answer. And that's because I always say it's like playing Jeopardy. At home, you can do well, but when you're on Jeopardy, you can't do well at all. So know that when you're called on in class, you're going to always remember that case, and you're going to learn that case better than anyone, but that everyone else out there is not thinking about whether you're right or wrong. They're just thinking, thank goodness it's not me.